They put trade embargoes on them. Same thing they do to Iran. So the people feel like they starving, right? Because they can't get all the goods that they need from other countries. Because remember, we're in a world economy, not just a nation economy, right? So this checks, never check it. So they lining them up. You know what I'm saying? So boom. So now he can't get the food he needs for these people, right? He can't get the goods he needs. The economy's struggling. Now they got people in the air like, yeah, man, you know what's his fault? He made them bad deals. Yeah, get him the fuck out of there. Yeah. And he's like, yo, nah, that ain't it. You know what I'm saying? Let me go ahead and keep these motherfucking white devils off my back. You know what I'm saying? And go ahead and figure out a way so we all can eat without having to bow to them. Because you gotta think, they got the largest oil reserve, right? And it's right here in the Western Hemisphere. They got like vibranium or some shit. They got some other minerals over there worth shit. But we look at them from here like they're a third world country, right? Because they don't have as much
resources.
Right. Like most non-Caucasus owned and ran countries, right? So that is the reality. That is the reality of it. You know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, that system of how they starved the people, they wouldn't let the food trucks come into the city to replenish the supermarkets. That's all they was doing with the COVID-19. They was practicing to see how cats was going. You know what I'm saying?
Now check. I just want to just like sum everything up, like from these past 30 minutes. How we started out, and it was about basically the impact of where we at today in 2020, the cause and effects of all these different things and where we're at today. Hold on, let me finish. But all the things that we just touched on, which bring me back to one of my first opening statements, was the evolution and revolution, and things are evolving. So the same things of history repeating itself, the same thing that was happening. It's nothing new under the sun. It's a different time. They're using different strategies. All the dirtiest tricks in the books. You know, the purge is on for real, and it's so systematically designed. That's what I'm trying to get to, because it affects us in so many different areas. It's not just one thing we can just pinpoint and say, you know, focus on this. It's in the educational system, it's in the legal system, it's in the corporate system, it's in
It's 9 ways that they break you down systematically. That's why it's called systematic oppression. They attack you from 9 different areas of your life every day.
And it was specifically designed to be like this.
And this is why I said you're dealing with a plan that was 50 to 100 years ahead of you. So what I'm saying is that's understood.
What is understood amongst us?
No, it's understood amongst a lot of people. See what I'm saying? And this is why I was telling Ant, I said, yo, you cannot baby walk people through it. So, I mean, you jump head first into it. You got to. Ain't no time for you and your emotions to be in your feelings about, you know, well, I need to, no. It ain't, every day ain't the same. You can't continue to live today like it was yesterday. Yesterday, it was about strategizing for monetary gains, so you could take that monetary gains and exchange it within your community, circulate black dollars, right? But today, you still got to worry about these new non-militarized, militarized people. You know what I'm saying? Because remember, the military don't even like the fact that DHS is dressed up like them and hopping out doing what they doing, because the military said that's against everything they stand for. See what I'm saying? So this is heavy. This is heavy because this is unprecedented. This is not like any time ever before. You feel what I'm saying? There has never been a time where the whole world just shut down.
And that's why I believe, like I said, in about 10 years, even your average police, just the regular Joe Schmo walking the beat, he's not going to be in the casual blue uniform.
That's if we make it 10 years.
Maybe God, maybe.
No, we don't gotta make it. Because people are so divided on the very simple thing, right? Simplest thing is the people are getting attacked while they go, right? Even though we always target number one, just white people getting hit. You know what I mean? You see what happened to that Marine? He got his shit bust open because he believed that what happens to us is wrong. So they bust him upside his shit. Other military people were mad as hell. You know what I'm saying? He's a vet. They slammed some old dude up in Buffalo, cracked his skull. You know what I'm saying? Well, these are white people they attacking now, right? Just because he had the audacity to say what you did to me was wrong. It's like, oh, you like back in the day, they said he's a nigga lover. We're gonna get him to, you know what I'm saying?
And that's why I say it's history.
Well, hold on, it's not. You cannot. History has to have, like, you would have to see that before someone. There has never been a time like this before. It's just like, hold on, no, there was none. You see what I'm saying? That's just like when everybody was thinking like the crack epidemic was supposed to be something like the heroin epidemic. No, it wasn't. Because people got more violent dealing with the crack. That was a time like never before in history. So that altered shit,
I
right?
definitely agree with you. What you saying? It's unprecedented. The numbers is more alarming.
No.
It's
It altered shit because it was the premise was it's supposed to be similar to this, but the outcome was
Totally
unprecedented. There was nothing like it, right? So we thought COVID-19, what was going to happen, it was going to be like the Spanish flu, right? It's been nothing like it. It has been destroying economies. It's destroyed businesses. Like,
I mean, that's part of evolving, right? As you evolve, then like the generations, they become more, I guess, supposedly more intelligent, stronger, faster. Technology is
you thinking about the people. I'm talking about the people in charge. This is coming from the top down, aimed at the people at the bottom.
It's the same system that we've been oppressed for close to 500 years, and yes, they are evolving again. They are evolving because it is 2020, and they see how we're evolving. Like you said, so if they're 50 to 100 years, for example, back in the civil rights era, when we was marching and protesting back then, just for our basic civil rights, which was only what 50, close to 60 years ago, we was getting attacked with dogs and fire hoses, and we see all these images all the time. So people that still protesting now are still being attacked in a different form. Now they're being attacked with rubber bullets and gas bombs, and having all these misdirections to make this like the protesters are the ones in the wrong, so they can have reason to attack and lock people up. So it's the same system, but yes, their strategies, what's the word I'm looking for? Their tactics have evolved.
And that's why I believe.
And that's the part that's alarming. That's the part where it's like unprecedented, because like when have we started having military or police, whoever, legal law people like shooting their own citizens and harming their own citizens?
We had it before when the National Guard at Kent State went and shot all those people. But what I'm saying is the way they're moving on some covert operations type shit.
Definitely.
So what I'm saying is not even just that. You have to look at the big picture, the whole thing. Like those are pieces of a puzzle, but you gotta put it together. So when you put it together, it is so alarming that even Republican senators are breaking away from this cap. To the point where even the military generals, Joint Chiefs of Staff, are breaking away from him. To the point where when I say a civil war could pop off any moment, it could start within the White House and shit itself. And the trickle down effect is going to be what it is, because you got military vets out here that don't like the what would they call it, the rules of engagements that our police force and DHS have on us as so-called American citizens, right? Because they can go to foreign countries due to the Geneva Convention. They can't just do the things that our own government is doing here. So what I'm saying, this is unprecedented because we're looking at World War III, Civil War, all kind of shit. And this is where my whole point is, did you really see what was on the other side of that picture? What's on the other side of that picture is reducing the population, right? And that was, I think that was Agenda 21 in the UN. It was discussed in the 80s, right? That was over 30 years ago. Population reduction. They said, too many of us here on the planet, we're not going to be able to sustain. Who keeps telling you this shit? We live on less than 20% of the whole planet.
It's just a deep-rooted fear within themselves, because
what it is one, they are not the majority in countries that they have been ruling for so many years, right? They don't want the African immigrants coming to Israel because they feel like they fear they won't be the majority in their own country. The same reason why they won't let the Haitians in over here, because they feel like they're not going to be the majority. Now, just through natural selection, you are not the majority.
Let me ask you this question.
Yeah, we're going to get ready to wrap it up.
Because before we spend too much time talking about their agenda and their propaganda that they're pushing and what their plans are and how far they're planning ahead, and this, we already know what their systematic design trying to do to us. What is it that we as a people need to do?
First off, we have to stop thinking.
To be prepared for this war.
First of all, you have to understand that you are being attacked. So every time we think we can just go out and it's just like, this is it, we letting off steam and it's over. No, it's not over. It's far from over. Everything you do, you have to do with a purpose, right? When you go outside, you better be going to get some food or to gather more resources, right? Everything has to have a purpose in your life. Too many of us are just living for the moment. You know what I'm saying? Living for the day. Then we deal with a lot of escapism in our community, right? We all drinking, smoking, you know what I'm saying, sexing in a way, trying not to deal with what the reality is. It's right there. Excuse me. But the reality is right there in our face. The reality is this system and everything that we were told to worry about is coming right at us. You know what I'm saying? It's headed, coming right down the pipe. So you ain't gonna dodge it. You ain't gonna be able to stand on the sideline because it's coming for you. It's coming right at you. So the point of the matter, in order to handle that, as a family unit, you all have to be on the same page, right? And we already know dealing with extended family, that's hard to just even agree about what the hell we gonna eat tonight. Well, as a family group, like man, woman, and child that live in the same house or however y'all living in your home, y'all have to all be on the same page. Y'all have to all understand what y'all role is. Y'all gotta all put in to make the whole bigger, right? You know what I'm saying? Better and stronger. Because at the end of the day, everybody's dealing with this selfishness, this self-interest, especially in our community. And that was the number that was done on us, where cats don't even want to think about anything else. They just want to sit and deal with the fact that this is what we doing. You know what I'm saying? We gonna turn up the night, turn up. Yeah, but now you broke today. It's Monday. You see what I'm saying? Like, the fuck? You know what I mean? Let me borrow $20. You shouldn't have to borrow $20. You feel what I'm saying? And this is a survival mode, and most people are not in a survival mode. And all our people want to be entertained. Why do you think your man asked you that in Gladiator? Because the shit was subliminal. Are you not entertained? Nah, you got TV, you got YouTube, you got all this bullshit going on around you. Are you not entertained? So the point of the matter is, you have to stay focused, you have to stay vigilant, because the shoe gonna drop on you any day. And some of y'all motherfuckers like, well, fuck it, you know what I'm saying? It's cool. And you know what? That's your business, you know what I mean? But I'm gonna be honest with you. That's how you feel. I don't want us to be associated with you. And I don't want you to think you could be associated with me. Sorry, but not sorry. You know what I mean? That's just the way it is. You know what I mean?
I just want you to universe with this last piece of this, like you were saying. I guess, to answer that same question myself, like you said, people have to be more aware out here, first and foremost. Understand your surroundings. Understand what's going on around you in your own neighborhoods and communities, and what's going on around the country and other people's neighborhoods and communities. Because the same thing that's happening here is happening everywhere. So be more aware. Definitely be safe out there. Arm yourself. Be prepared. Self-reflect, man. We gotta do better as a people, as a nation, as you know what I'm saying, as an individual. We gotta start with ourselves and stay ambitious, stay striving, keep the love and the peace, and let God lead the way, man. That's how I feel about it. So get ready, man.
I'll put it to you like this, man. You gotta stay in shape. You notice who be doing all the jogging and all the bike riding and stuff like that. You know what I mean? You gotta stay on your A game, man. You know what I mean? I was told that
health is definitely important.
Yeah, health is wealth, one. Two, you know what I'm saying? Once you put your feet on the floor, put your shoes on and hit the door, man, it's just like you're in the middle of a boxing ring with a 19-year-old Mike Tyson. Protect yourself at all times. Because any second it can go down. You know what I mean? Everybody's not on the same plane of reality, man. So, as always,